Welcome to another episode of Real Talk 1012. This is your host, Coach Jeff.
It's your co-host, Coach Kenny.
It's good to be with you guys as we embark on week 6 of the regular season. This is the final week of the regular season.
Right now, man. A lot of heads flashing, a lot of stuff going on. Last week showed that, man. Like, people are getting really prepared for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, it's countdowns. No more playing now. It's clutch time. Everybody makes the playoffs, so what you did in the preseason don't really matter. This is your last chance coming up this week to show your last dancing skills.
Yes, sir.
Because the ballroom is open for all, man.
Playoffs is right around the corner. I can smell it.
Yes.
I can smell it.
Yes.
We have one team that has a spot locked up. For sure, we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But just some quick announcements. For this week and for weeks to come. This week is July 8th. It will be our Family and Friends Day.
Come out.
All right, we have we're gonna provide some free food, invite family out, friends out. This is a good thing that you guys are doing, and you guys have been just painting a great light on young men in Baltimore City. And so we want to invite people out to see that, to see what you guys are doing. You guys are, memorizing game day verses. You guys are playing with integrity, playing together as a community. And so we want to show this. So I want to encourage you guys to invite, all your family members, friends, mentors, teachers. Invite them out this Saturday to your game, and we're gonna have a great time out there.
Can I piggyback with you one time?
Yes, sir.
Like, shout out like Father's Family Friends Day, man. Definitely parents, man. If you can. All right, make it out here to see what your young brothers, your young kids, sons, nephews, cousins is doing, man. These boys is putting on their Saturdays in the name of God, man. It's a good thing. So come show out all family. Come show love to 10-12, man, Saturday, July 8th, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we got that out of the way. Congratulations to Isaiah Alexander, who for the second time this year got Player of the Week.
Yes, good shout out to you, man. I always told, man, Jeff always talked about you behind the scenes, off camera. Like, you show a good character, man. A lot of tough situations, man. So shout out to you for your second time winning Player of the Week, man. Keep up the good work, man. Good character skills on and off the field, winning and losing, man. You show that in both situations, man. And on behalf of all coach, man, we like to congratulate with that, man. That's good looking, man.
Yeah, making him highlight real catches, man.
Yes.
He's doing it. Third thing is we have our cleats of thank the Lord for the Ravens and Under Armour for really taking advantage of this and really being a blessing to us. But we have our cleats that are coming in this next week, so they will be here next week. You will receive your cleats at practice, and in order to receive the cleats, you guys have to fill out your surveys. So you guys, you can get that in a hard copy through your coach, or just go to the app. Some of you guys already have your surveys in. A lot of you guys don't. So go on the app and fill out the player survey. You can 1012football.com. You can also find a player survey, and that's what you need to get your pair of cleats, which we will have for you at practice.
No survey, no cleats.
And at the game, but no survey, no cleats. So a real easy thing that you guys can do to be able to get your cleats. Shout out to those who went to camps this week. We had our basketball camp that Coach Sean took 1 or 2 guys out to, and we had our SB2 Dub camp. Shout out to you guys who went out to camps, got it done, and represented us well. Special shout out to Isaiah Addison, who I didn't get the chance to tell you, man, but he went up to this camp and he broke the record, the all camp record for the camp that we went to, man. So all these events from like archery to high jump, long jump.
Shout out to you, Isaiah, man.
Everything, Bible. He did a thing. Also, the twins, Tyreek, Isaiah, Brad, all of them did the thing at that camp. So
shout out, man. Yeah, I wasn't there, and Coach Jeff will tell y'all, man, I wanted to go. Our last trip with Philly, man, I enjoyed that with y'all. I know y'all put on for 10-12, man. Show a good character. Shout out all y'all, man, that went up there and put on, especially Isaiah for the record holder, record breaker. Bring that back to 10-12 sports, man. Shout out to you.
Yes, sir. If you guys haven't seen yet, also your photos are now online.
Yes.
You can access them through the app for all 6 weeks. Even the preseason week, you guys can find plenty of photos there that your peers have really captured as they took pictures on game day.
Yeah, I see a nice couple snapshots, good catches, a lot of good throws, man. It's a lot of pictures, man, a lot.
Yes,
so
sir.
Go check out y'all work. Y'all work hard for it. Go check it out.
Go check it out. Last thing is, this will be the last week to make your bid for the All-Star game. Next week, the coaches will be voting on just the All-Star game. Just a little bit about it. We're going to split the league in half. The seeds. Seed number 1, seed number 3, seed number 5 will have an all-star team. There will be one all-star team. And seed number 6, seed number 4, and seed number 6. Seed number 2, 4, and 6 will be the B-side all-star team. And we'll be playing big all-star game, which the players will be voted on by coaches, not just in terms of ability, but also in terms of attitude and character.
Yes, skill. Gotta have character and how you carried your game diversity through the season, how you did on field, off field, how you respect the refs, your coaches, your teammates. That's what it all count on. And leadership. We definitely big on leadership. That's one of Coach Jeff's biggest thing this year.
Yeah.
Leadership, man. You gotta show your leadership for us on the field, off the field, players, situations that your players might be dealing with. To be a good leader, I mean, you have a great team and a good lead team. So do that, man. Good shout out to y'all, man. And waiting for this All-Star game,
yes,
man.
Sir.
I can't wait, man.
It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast. So without further ado, we had a bye week, which hopefully you guys got some extra practice in.
Hope y'all did.
But we just want to review some of the games from week 5. We had that week 5 was an amazing week, excellent week. I had we had a lot of fun with that.
To me, that probably is one of the most exciting weeks this far, this year. So and it was like so much, man, to see people were strapping down, man. They getting ready.
Yeah.
New additions because we had an announcement the last couple of times you added to your team is officially still closed. So all that's going into the playoffs right here, man. You're locked and load, man. Good luck. And like I said last week, man, it shocked me a lot, man. Toes on my heels. I had ups and downs. I was confused. I was lost for a minute. But man, y'all all excited me. All athletes that came out and played, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
So let me ask you something. So we had the game of the week. I don't know if you caught all of it, but I mean, any surprises with that Seahawks-Eagles game? We had the Eagles came out on top.
Actually, the biggest surprise for me was that the quarterback wasn't there for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And once we said this, game day to game day, sideline at sideline, you got to be there to show for your players. Yeah. I think if the quarterback was there, it would have been a way better shootout. But they both held their composure, man. You couldn't tell the quarterback wasn't there unless you was watching the game.
Yeah.
And, to me, it was a good game of the week. It was definitely the good game to choose as the game of the week because it was so much. Like Isaiah, you got the twins on the opposite side. You got Malik on the other side. You got Larry on the other side, and it's so much to see all them two teams compete against each other. And to me, it was nowhere near disappointing. It was everything it stood to be. It was an excellent game to me. I watched it, and I think actually I took the Eagles. It was a great prediction for me.
I took the Eagles too, and I'm gonna tell you why. And we've been saying this lately. We had the Lewis brothers who've really been doing it up. Yeah, so we had, usually KJ's been having a great season, hands down. We had Shawan that really stepped up and showed his versatility.
He did.
On the field, making some big-time catches. The twins, Justin and Jordan really showed up in a way that they haven't, this year. I would say this year.
Not to mention that Lewis brother we talking about, number 7.
KJ, yes, sir.
That boy, I just had to rewatch his gameplay this morning, right? And I watched the catches he was catching. If you know his last game when he caught the ball, it was never one defender. It was always multiple defenders who caught that ball. Yeah. He's going up and over to get it. So, man, shout out to you, man. Keep your good work, man, because all season long, I can't say, man, Coach Jeff has been lacking on you and, not really calling y'all out. But, man, you showed up after we talked about you in that pregame show, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
hey.
they did it. And Eagles again have a lot of key players. I look at Sean and Malachi. Those guys can pull flags, and every week after week, these guys do not miss flags.
You don't.
They don't.
I know it's there. Sean, also, you say Sean, I ran across Sean past this week. He came to the neighborhood, he actually from our area. He talked a little trash to my Ravens players. And I told him, first thing I said to him before I talked to him, man, you did a good game last week, man. You really stepped up for your team. You one of the league leaders in flag snatching. But I had to let him know, trash talking don't get you nowhere.
Yeah,
it's on the
doesn't.
field.
It doesn't. It's all about on the field.
I like that. That was actually a good game. So
all about on the field. I would say the Seahawks really miss their defensive specialist Remy.
Yes.
Remy wasn't at the. I don't believe he was at this game this past Saturday, and
it was a key. It was a key. A lot of big middle passes that were Remy there wouldn't have happened because he's more of a disciplined player. He know how to snatch. It ain't about where the ball's going, how you snatch the flags, man. Right. And that hurt it. Yeah. And like Star can't get them boys new life when it came to that quarterback position because Rashard was able to go back to his regular position, which is an excellent slot receiver. And being those he was back at quarterback, it hurted them, and it hurted them a lot. Yeah. Not to say that Rashard carried him all season long before Star came, but once Star came, he gave him a chance to play his real position. And in football, it's a game of position. You must know how to hold your position down.
Definitely.
That hurted them. It was a big downfall for them, man.
Shout out for those guys who just killed the game they versed also last week.
Yes.
They do good job with that. Speaking of hurting, I can say, man, the Bengals, them brothers were hurting after the other day. That game was a little bit too close, man. You were sweating hard, man. What's going on?
Hey, shout out to Coach Ramos, man, and them Bengals, man, Gerard, your whole team, man. I was never say I had doubt of us losing. It was never in my mind we was gonna lose.
It won't in your mind.
No, but it was at one point in time that these boys might still won. The thought of them stealing one was the thought of me, but as I say, like it goes to show again, we talked all season long before I come out to the Rays and the opponents that we have played, right? We have that bond. Like once we break, we come back harder than ever, and that's one of the things we did. Like the Bengals played an excellent game, defense, offense, and they had a few trick plays and they got us out of hand. A few number 3, what is his name? I meant
that's number 3, Bryson.
Bryson, I meant
he added
that boy. Hey, take it from coach, man, from another coach from the opposite team, man. Boy, you got a bright future, man. And even when y'all went down to losing, you still kept that athleticism going, man. Y'all, you ran, you bust us down 30, 40 yards, 60-yard plays, and y'all actually had us in our toes. Like, this is one of my toughest games I coached this season. I can say that.
And I would say, and one of the ways I commended him is his leadership. Yeah. Bryson, just being this is his first week.
Verbally,
he made it right before the roster lock, and he just came and he led the guys well. Yes. Didn't have a bad attitude, and you know. Bengals are stacked now. They got Josiah, Isaiah, Jerron, and Jermaine came in a quarterback, fast feet. But Bryson, hands down, they needed leadership, and I think they can build on his leadership in a way. He was making plays, and they lost, but he just at the whole time I was amazed by the way that he held his composure. And so if he keeps that throughout the playoffs, man, it's gonna be an interesting playoffs.
As I watched the Bengals last week against the Ravens, last week was a bye week, on week 5, kind of know your positions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When they come down to my quarterbacks and my players, man, I let them hold their position. I don't let them go. Yeah. If you're a cornerback, I'm not going to let you go play wide receiver. Yeah. If you're a middle linebacker, I'm not going to let you go play cornerback. That's your position of football. And you got to be disciplined with that. Yeah. And when it came to the Bengals, when they had the opportunity to win the game, when he was up 28-26, they made a bad decision by moving that quarterback, which caused him a late game in the end zone interception. Which cost them. See, I pay attention to that. Shout out to Dorian, because this is the second game straight Dorian have saved our Ravens with late game interceptions.
Yeah, I would say that's been, you guys have won games, but Dorian, I would say Dorian has gotten better and better, and he's been every week from making play. He used to be that middle kind of dip and dump, guy in the middle for 5 yards. But now he's going up. You know what I'm saying? Like catching balls like he Calvin Johnson. That's been huge.
And I tell him that in the game, man. Like, I appreciate y'all because. Like, you progressed from week 1 to now, to the point where he know he wasn't a starter. Yeah. He worked his way to that starter position now, and he earned it. And, like, not only that, defensively. He didn't want our offense. His defense he started on that win-out game. His offense played a big part of his presence, but his defense would actually win out games, man. And I appreciate him for that because it was late game. That touchdown that they could score, it was game over for the Ravens. Yeah. Undefeated record blemish, but he kept our streak going. And once again, officially, man, we have beat every team in the league. And I shout to everybody that we played, all the coaches, man. Coach Jeff, man, it's one fun drive with him, man. As far as this pregame show, man, have predictions back and forth every week. Like that game, man, he predicted the score. Shout out to Coach Jeff, man. He predicted the right score, 30-28, with the opposite team. So it
was wrong. I would rather have the right.
It goes to show, man. He was at the Ravens the last 2 weeks, but he got his predictions up. Once he chose to go back against us, it dropped back down. So.
Oh man, that's a coincidence. But anyways, let's move on to this next game. We had the Panthers versus the Falcons, which you know what? This is the first game that went into overtime this year.
Yes.
Falcons pulled it out. Shout out to Isaiah Brands who scored the touchdown in OT. But we saw, man, what you
I gotta say this though, man. I can't lie about these Falcons, man. They have an excellent group over there, man. They got fundamental group over there.
Yeah.
Like Kiwi, he's always smiling. I never once seen since he played. I never seen
good coach.
The player, not even the coach, Lil Kiwi.
Oh, Lil Kiwi,
I never seen him not once down. he always had me so much energy. I don't know everybody name on the team, but the numbers as far as how they play number 5, he kept a good composure.
Malik Smalls, man, he was a difference maker. He had a pick 6. Number 5, he had a pick 6
also.
And then also a big touchdown catch that they needed.
And once again, like, this is the first overtime game. It goes to show both of them teams was hungry for that win.
Yeah.
The Panthers held it down. They tried their best, man, with the people that they had. They only had 7 players.
Yeah.
So for them to hold it down all game and to fight out to overtime, man, big shout out to the Panthers, man. Y'all, on paper, y'all the losers, man, but y'all really the big winners, man. Y'all held it together, man. Y'all didn't break, y'all didn't crumble. And I respect y'all for that, man. Coach Avon, the other coach up over there,
Darnell,
I mean, I appreciate that, man, because y'all held y'all boys together. And Darnell kept going and going and going. Hold it down, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Players saying they tired. So that was an excellent game to me. To me, if you never heard, I yelled to you on the sideline, "Hey, Coach Jeff, this the player, this the game of the week."
I remember you saying
tough,
that.
Man. It was an excellent game to me. They stole the show past week game, week 5, man.
Yeah, and they have an excellent group. You know, the big thing is will those guys stick together? Panthers have a nice little group. You know, I think Montre has emerged as the leader of that group.
Yes, now.
And so I think for them that's the best. That's the best thing that can happen is Montre stepping up to lead because they, they have guys. You have
which could have
had
Thomas though because. He's an excellent leader, man. The way I heard him talk to them boys last week, it was great. Like, as far as like it came to my team, like, you need that person on your team that's gonna be able to lash out and don't care about what's coming back to you. Yeah. Like, he talked to them boys with so much respect and character. To me, if I had the opportunity to do it, like, I would give him that player of the week because he did that, man, in a situation where he's the best player on the team at that moment, and everybody was younger than him. He showed leadership on the Panthers team. Listen to Coach Darnell. He came to Coach, what you say, Coach? What you tell him? And I looked at up to me. That's a big up to me on the sideline watching. That's a player I love to coach. Like, I like to coach on that.
That's it. And I think if those guys can get, and this is, I mean, we're talking about a team that has. 90% of those guys have 2 more years to play in the league. Right. So this is a young team, and so one thing right now is even fundamentally they if this team comes together, I could see them making it to second round playoffs, maybe even inching into the championship. But they have to come together. In terms of listening to the coach. That's a big thing. That was absent. For the most part, that was absent. But there needs to be a leader that steps up and say, you know what, we're going to pay attention to the coach. We're going to give respect. We're going to respect our opponents, and we're going to have fun doing it. And so they're out there every week, and so. That's going to be the difference between that good team and then the team that goes home the first game in the playoffs is whether or not they can play together, whether or not they can keep their heads and listen to the coach because they excellent coaches. Coach Darnell been doing it for a while.
Coach Avon have done it for me at a young age, so I know.
Those are the most. That team has the most veteran coaches out of any in the league.
I can say that.
But it needs to be something that the players buy into the system and that they're disciplined and they come to practice and do what they need to do to win.
Yeah, and not that being those I am probably the youngest coach in 10-12. I pay attention to Coach Avon, Coach Darnell. Even you last year, when you was coaching the 49ers, I pay attention to Coach Vic and them because you need that. Like, you're not just a coach on the field, you're a coach in life. Yeah. Like, and how you carry it on the field with your players, that's how they're going to carry it in that game as they're playing. Yeah. You give them that utmost respect, they're going to respect you the utmost. Not saying there's no respect coming from no coaches over there, but as far as, like, players, man, that's the biggest thing to learn from me, man. You got to respect your coaches because your players, they on the field. They see things slower than you. Yeah. So, man, that's a big thing for all teams in the league, man. Respect carries a lot. And we're not just your coach. We're a life coach, everything, man. We've been through it. Yeah. So understand, man, respect is a big thing in our league, man.
And we got a chance to hear that Coach Keyway gave an excellent speech after the game, last week, just telling the boys and just helping everyone to relate to, like, you know what, football, at the end of the day, football is a game. Yes. So what you do even out here is a testament to how you operate in the streets, you know what I'm saying? There's too many dudes dying as we see. And Keyway, Coach Keyway does a great job, Coach K, in really bringing things into perspective. He has a lot of football knowledge, but also really talking to the guys that they need to be talked to and helping to develop
real life knowledge.
I look forward to, just moving into the games this week. That Falcons team, Coach Keyway and that Falcons team, I think this will be a pivotal week for them. They play the Bengals, who, I would say arguably is one of the better teams now. They've reloaded, and they're going to need to get there to find their identity before this playoffs, and see if they can build on. They got one win, they're on a winning streak, whether or not they can build on this and take that momentum into the playoffs. And they play again this hot Bengals team. And so, what do you think will be the keys? I want you to give me a score for this Falcons-Bengals game.
I'm gonna give you keys for both sides. Keys to the Bengals, like you just also said yourself earlier. You got to find your identity. Got to know what are the Bengals.
Yeah.
What are you coming? What is your goal? What is your strategy for this game? That's the one key for the Bengals. And you got to know who they are as a core. Yeah. And for the Falcons, I gotta say what the Falcons is, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all got a good thing going over there. The thing is putting that issue in y'all plan, like execute y'all plan with them. And I'm gonna take the It's gonna hurt me to do this one, man. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna take the Falcons 30-28 because once again, I don't think I think the Bengals, like, they are probably one of the best reconstructed teams in the league for yet, as I seen week 5, but they still yet have found their identity.
Yes, sir.
And with the Falcons, they are like they are a run and gun team. They got their mindset what they want to do, and that's gives them a jump start on the Bengals. So I'm gonna say Falcons 30-22. Due to the fact
30-28.
30-22.
22. All right. 30-20. The reason I'm writing this down is because I wanna definitely have this down. It's something about, you know what happens when LeBron goes out of the game. Things start it's a team to start catching up, start taking the lead. And so that's all I'm trying to do. I'm behind on my predictions, and I think this is one of the predictions that I come up, you know what I'm saying, and get one game on you.
You need it.
I need it. Yeah. You need it. I need it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say the Bengals, and I'm going to say this is not such a close game. The Bengals take this by 21, and the score will be 49-27. Write it down. Write it down. Here we go. But yeah, Bengals. I mean, I think Bengals are hungry. They, especially new guys bring a new spark to their team.
They are. It's hungry. They are hungry. They are hungry. But it's like this is the thing about it, man. It's consistency.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, because we are an undefeated team. But that's what it has been. Once you win a game, you lose the next one. You win the next, you lose. You got to be consistent with it. You got to
be consistent.
More consistent with it. So that's
the
whole thing. That's all. Y'all have a great athletic team over there, the Bengals.
Yeah.
And to me, I would love to see y'all bring it, man. Y'all got some nice athletes, man. That's y'all got to be more consistent in the league with y'all team. And the Falcons just keep doing what y'all doing.
Yeah, I agree. So on to the game of the week this week. Eagles are in the game of the week for the second week in a row, but they faced this undefeated Panthers Ravens team. Shout out to the Ravens. You guys secured that #1 spot.
Thank you.
In the playoffs, which means you guys will have a first round bye, and you guys will be on paper the team that is expected to win this year's Community Bowl. So this game of the week, I want you to I know you're quick to brag on your boys, which is a sign of a good coach.
I'm gonna go to the Eagles.
But
I'm gonna give them what they're looking for.
Everybody's been talking about this game. The Eagles players, I've heard during the week, I talked a little bit to the Twins and some other guys, and they said they've been looking forward to playing you guys again. But what would be, what would be the X factor in this game? Obviously, you
for the actually, in order for the Eagles to try to get a W, it would have to be
to even get close, right?
Yeah, you can't trash talk with the Ravens. That's one thing about us. We're a mental team.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand when it comes to sports. It's 90% mental, 10% physical. Because the 90% mental, you gotta how you gonna run, how you gonna cut, where you gonna catch the ball at.
Yeah.
The physical part is nothing to run to it. It's the mental part of thinking of how you gonna cut, how you gonna defend. So that's what their thing is with the Eagles. You gotta it's no trash talking. You gotta make it a game. Come as a game to a team that you already lost to once this season. So and for the key for the Ravens is, man, we're gonna apply our pressure like we've been doing all season long. Like we got our great core players. We stick together. It's a brotherly team. So we thought we should be called the Bravens, the brotherly Ravens. So honestly, but it's gonna be a good game. I'm not, but I'm gonna taking my Ravens. Yeah. 42-28 over the Eagles due to the fact that we scouted Mr. Larry. We already know how to shut down Justin and Jordan. We showed that already in our previous game. But our biggest concern to this game is the quarterback. Not even a concern. Our biggest vision is the quarterback. And for us to continue our win is defense. Yeah. Keep our defense. Our defense, if not even arguably, is the best defense in the league because we have yet lost.
You know what? And I realize, and as I sit here and think about it, I think of the Eagles. Their biggest threat is the deep ball. And you guys as a whole, as the Ravens team, have not let any team continuously beat you guys deep.
Yes.
Megmon's, he's been playing great, back there, and just some of your guys. The biggest thing is some of your guys can jump. Yeah. You got some jumpers on your team. So throwing up a duck in the air would not be good for the Eagles.
It wouldn't be.
And no one has really thrown that deep ball on you guys. So it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna have to go.
Actually, one person did it to us all season long.
Who was that?
That was the first time we played the Eagles. They threw one bomb play in preseason, one preseason game. They threw the one bomb pass to Jordan. That one bomb pass to Jordan, and ever since then we have not allowed that to happen no more.
He had to dig back. Coach Kenny had to dig back to preseason. He said, "Man, I can't think of anybody who really threw the deep ball."
I can't.
So Eagles, there you go. That's your challenge. But nonetheless, I'm gonna have to take the Eagles, 32-28 this week. I do not think it won't be a blowout. It will be a one-score game. And I think that's something we can both agree on. But I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles, and here's why: just because it's one team, they don't want to lose to you guys again. They're hungry, and you guys have not tasted the defeat yet. So I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles, 32-28.
Hey, it's definitely gonna be a good game, but I wrote that down. I jotted that prediction down. Okay.
You got it down?
Yeah.
This is my 3-0 week, buddy.
We agreed both on the Bengals. I'm gonna take that one. We both got the Bengals. Well, actually, I took the Falcons. We both against each other on the first two games. Okay.
Moving on to that third game, we got the Seahawks, who are coming off of a tough loss, versus the Panthers, who are coming off of a tough overtime loss. Who do you have in that one?
Seahawks, because I can say they once again their consistency, but they have been the only team I have seen since they lose a game come back with a blowout win.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them yet. I haven't seen them with no other team. I paid attention to the all season. They're the only team I have seen once they take a hurtful loss, they come back with a powerful standout win. Yeah. So I'm gonna take the Seahawks, and the key point of that because dumb boys are the most running around players on that field I have seen.
Yeah.
Like, they do not stay still. You don't see them with their hands on their hip. You don't see them bend on their knees. Them boys constantly keep moving. And the only problem with them are their positioning. You need them a quarterback, man, because you need to get Rashad out there on that field. Yeah. Rashad is a big target, man. He excellent releaser from the field, offline. I watch him make perfect cuts as a perfect slot receiver. I said that to Coach F numerous times, but with them, they got to get that quarterback, that one quarterback. So I'm calling off a star to come back to save your boys. They need you this week, man. It's going to be a tough game for them because the Panthers are also hungry. Yeah. And their biggest thing is their players have to show up also. Yeah. You're going to need a Gronkowski. You're going to need a Barney. You need them, even if they're not playing, just their presence on the sideline talking to their players, get them a lot. But
they're gonna need that. And like you said, I think a key factor is that quarterback position.
Yes.
I mean, because simply for the fact, Rashad is a good quarterback, and he showed that in the first half of the year. I mean, you had Starr that came for one game, and yet, they have only lost 2 games. And so Rashad has been carrying the weight and doing a great job with it. However, I would say with him as a receiver, you have, I would say, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say with Rashad at receiver, they have the most complete wide receiving core in the league. And here's why.
I can say that.
No, you don't have 2 deep threats as strong as a Carey and Isaiah, who can score 3-4 touchdowns each game. And then you have Damian, which is arguably one of the fastest guys in the league, coming underneath with Rashad. It just is offensively they are there with when they have Rashad at wide at slot. Yeah, they can put up a lot of points, and they have multiple threats that you can't cover all those guys at once.
Right.
So
that I do like.
That position is like fundamentally important. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and take Seahawks also. So we agree on that 42-28.
I'll take them 35-17.
35-17. Cool. I like it. I like it. So we got one game that we agree on this week, man. This is gonna be. I think this week is gonna be a very telling week as rosters are set to see what this playoff race is gonna look like. Coach Kenny, I don't want you pulling your players, man, like a. Talking about we got rested for the playoffs. We the number 1 seed. We got home.
No, we don't do none of that. Ain't no resting over here. We don't do none of that. My boys gonna play every week. We're not resting for nothing.
Man.
But
they wouldn't be happy with that either, man.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Like that Saturday to see y'all out there, man. Family fun day, man.
Yeah, family friends day.
And just to show, man. Like, this has been a heck of a season for these young brothers, man. They grinded hard all season long, practices, game day versus the come down to this day to hold see their position in the playoffs. So. And like we said, there's only one team that's locked up the position right now. So this week is going to go to show the seedings, seeding of what's going to go down for the playoffs. So we're looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to this week's games. Like I'm saying, our prediction scores for us, Coach Jeff is now 9-6 through our 15-game process. Coach Kenny is now 12-3. So
cool.
And this week I'm looking to be
these three.
I'm looking to be 15-3 at the end of this week.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see Coach Jeff drop down to 9-9,
yeah.
just at the 500 level. He's just above 500. So we're looking good, man. We've been having a heck of a preseason show this year, man. It's good to see how it come down to his predictions are fun. I can't wait till this week to see where we're gonna be at.
I'm looking forward to it too. Also, Coach Kenny. So again, make sure you guys know your game day versus. Get that survey in if you want a pair of Under Armour cleats. And we look forward to finishing this last regular season week out in style. And we want to do it as a community, fellas. And here's what I want to do. I would love to be able to even show those who come by. There is, contrary, and I say this, I feel like every week, but contrary to what, I'm saying, they hear about in the news and the perceptive, especially our young African-American men, like just show them like we can come together,
right.
We can have fun, and we can do one of the most competitive and physical things that you could do in sports, in playing sports, but at the same time being able to keep ourselves under control,
right?
Which is I think a testimony to just the potential in our young men. So so we look forward for this week. Again, invite friends and family out, mentors, teachers, all of that, and we look forward to week 6. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us.
10-12.